Microdose, hosted by Kush, Hayes, and Robyn said, oh, talking the talk, cause they got things for you to know. That's Robyn in the games on Cameo. Yeah, microdose, microdose, dose. Microdose, microdose, dose. Microdose, microdose, dose. Microdose, microdose, dose. What gets this next? Go and take a guess. No matter who it is, every episode's the best. Every episode's the best. Every episode's the best. If you disagree, you're crazy, simple as chess. Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you with the first microdose of 2021. Happy New Year, everybody. What's good? With me, as always, is the wonderful, talented Miss Robyn Seto. Miss Robyn, if you're nasty. Happy New Year. How you doing?
Happy New Year to us.
Yay.
It's great. I'm great.
Excellent.
In the new year.
It's wonderful that our COVID went away overnight and we can all return to work and the economy is back at, just like at the end of Wonder Woman, everything just goes back to normal and it's we got a good time.
Yeah, 2020 was a bottle episode.
I don't know what that reference is.
Oh, it's a TV writing.
Okay, break it down.
Trope. It's like when like the plot like of the entire episode takes place in like one space. I guess that's not really.
No, I get it. I can dig it. Yeah, well, to be fair, like we talked a lot about this, I think last week, but like literally 2020, when we get to the end of almost every year, there's always those contrarians and those whiners that just go, this was the worst year ever. And the fact was, this was the worst year ever in anyone's waking life right now. Hopefully things are on the brighter path. I don't know. I'm saying that skeptically, but anyways, the point is, Happy New Year. I got a beverage in my hand. I got a little top hat. I got a monocle with me. I'm ready to celebrate the new year. How say you, Robyn Seto?
I'm drinking a beer and wearing pajamas.
That's what's up. You do you on your holiday.
Hey.
New Year's resolutions. Not everybody has that as a thing, but do you do that, and what is it?
I think I just start to think about a lot of things that I would like to do during the year, and I never resolved to do any of them. Mm-hmm. But they're like, oh yeah, I guess maybe in the new year I can start doing this. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Mm-hmm. That's the closest thing to resolutions.
Okay. I mean, here's the thing about New Year's resolutions is you don't have to resolve it in the same year. I once had, I spent like 5 years, not a joke, on one specific resolution. I just wanted to work X number of days minimum in a full year. And that took 5 years to do. I wish it didn't take so long. Especially when you hear the number, you'd be like, really? Wow, man, that's not a lot. It's a lot for me. And we got to do it in 2019, but 2020 just totally cut us out at the knees. So yeah, we did the least of anything this year other than lie around the house.
Oh, oh well, a lot of people did that. Mm-hmm. I did not.
You got to work at least.
Yeah, I worked the entire time.
Yeah. And even had the luxury of just going, I don't like working here anymore. I want to work somewhere else. And they went, done.
Yeah.
So, but that's how strong your game is. Like.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I got to hustle.
You do. 100%. It works. So.
Yeah, I know what I'm about. Yeah, it's been a crazy year. Lots of high highs and low lows, like I said last week for me. Mm-hmm. Just like, having a job out of nowhere and then being able to keep it and like being cool with that. And then into quarantine, things started beginning to suck more and more because there weren't enough people on deck to do all the work, and they were being, the kind of on a skeleton crew in the entire system, and we just needed more help, and they weren't willing to hire me, and they weren't willing to hire another temp. So I was just like, I don't want to be a place where I'm constantly playing catch up.
Okay, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always going to be that, ongoing maintenance type things. Invoices are always going to come in, mail is always going to go. So, there's always going to be that kind of stuff. But when I start doing more stuff and newer things and more complicated tasks, and I'm not doing them at the speed at which they want it to be, it's like, well, you gave me 2 weeks of training and then dropped me into this really complicated position. Give me a couple months. No.
Oh.
So, yeah, it went to hell. And then I got a better job.
There it is. I think you're in a great position. Like, I don't know how many times you could do the "I don't want to work here" gimmick, but the fact that you got to flex that, and they were just like, "No problem," like that's awesome. Even just one time, but again, like I feel like you're in a position where you can still make your own schedule.
Yeah,
I'm imagining you're wanting to do the 40-hour-a-week thing, but if you wanted to do less, you could.
Yeah, I do like to make money though. So,
well, money is you don't have to have just one job. Okay, like you can do like 3 days at the one spot and 2 or 3 others at the other spot. Look, this is just me talking. All right, like one of the best positions I was in was 5 years ago, where I had the cubicle. But what was great about it is I only worked like 20 hours a week, so I just worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Obviously, I had Mondays and Fridays off in addition to Saturdays and Sundays. And if something came up, like a playoff game or something, or anything, I just be like, I'm not coming in Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. I'm not coming in. And the boss was cool with it. Like, I'm never going to be in another position like that again, unfortunately.
Right.
But
I
like,
see.
Those were great. There were times where I wouldn't have like a day off for 3 weeks. It was one of the most relaxing times I've ever had.
I can see the appeal of doing that. Like if I was like freelancing, like as a designer or artist or something like that, and I did want like some sort of regular income, that would be an option for me. At this point, man, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to take that dive, I guess.
That's okay. Did you have a New Year's resolution? I think you said.
I ignored that question.
You ignored it? Okay, then you ignored it. That's fine.
No, I not ignored it. What do they say? I deflected it. I didn't. I don't. There are a lot of things that I've been thinking about that I want to do moving forward or improve on, but I don't really think like, and now I'm going to make a huge effort and post about it, and post pictures of me at the gym, and post pictures every day of something I drew or whatever, I mean, in your case, the pictures got to be seen. Not everyone needs to see at the gym, but pictures do need to be seen. Right. But I feel like the act of like saying I have a resolution, I guess. It's like, well, I don't care.
I think it's a good motivator. I think it's good to find like a beacon in the distance and swim towards that than to just float aimlessly.
No, and I understand like wanting to kind of have a quote unquote fresh start going into a new year, and I guess that's kind of how people look at it, which is why they're like, all right, this year is gonna be different.
Well, it's perfectly okay also to go just adopt a feeling in June and go, now that's going to be a resolution. and we're still going to work on it. Maybe it's 3 years away, but yeah, I don't know. In short, my resolution is just to try and get the same number I got in 2019. Yeah, if I even get the original goal that I was working towards, that would be great. But yeah, we are sadly still in COVID, and who knows when I will work again. And while I like to say I'm not picky about just finding regular work, nobody's afraid of work. Everybody hates a job. And I don't want to find a job. I want to find work I like. So
Fair enough.
yeah. We got a new graphic. I'm excited about that.
Ooh, where did that come from?
Came from you, Miss Robyn Seto. It's pretty awesome.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I did what?
You did a thing. It was very cool. I look forward to seeing more things. But for folks who see the graphic, this is kind of what it looks like. Kush is on the right, Robyn's on the left. I'm usually displayed in front of some movie theater chairs. Robyn's displayed in front of her room. Ironically, she uses a green screen for that. It's really weird.
Well, it's because I live in an oubliette, and I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
An oubliette now, is that one of those homes that are like?
It's a place where people go to forget about you.
Aye, aye, aye.
Is that from the Labyrinth?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Remember,
okay. Dig it.
She falls into that thing, and she's like, "Where am I, Hana?" And he's like, "You're in an oubliette." And she's like, "What the hell is that?" It's like, "It's a place where people put you to forget about you."
I remember seeing Labyrinth. We did a specific episode of Kush and Kai for it. That's why I remember it. But other than Kai and producer Heiki waxing poetic about David Bowie's codpiece,
Ooh.
I don't remember much about that movie. Jennifer Connelly's in it. I remember going like, yeah, I get why people are into this. And there's Bowie's codpiece. But Labyrinth is still not a favorite of mine. Nothing I'd like to revisit.
That's fine.
And
it's
I like
not
Jim Henson
everybody's.
stuff,
It's very much like a product of its era. I want to say, like,
for sure.
David Bowie, Jennifer Connelly, Jim Henson, Terry Jones, Gates McFadden did the choreography.
That Beverly Crusher from Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like, what is that? Like late 80s, early 90s
Good
type
for you,
of
Dr. Crusher. I didn't know she could be so sexual. Whoa.
She's a trained dancer and a choreographer.
That's right.
She's been
At the American Conservatory of Theater.
She's not just a hot mom; she can dance too.
There it is.
Anyway, so yeah, I drew up this fun little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to draw more fun little things for us in the future.
100%. I like it. And with a new graphic, we got a new theme song. Y'all have heard it on the way in. You'll hear another part of it on the way out.
Oh yeah.
That's been fun to work on. We're now with bated breath wondering what this is going to do to our YouTube channel, which is now active. We've had it for years. We didn't do shit with it. maybe you like to watch your podcast and just watch your graphic as you hear audio.
Or maybe for some reason YouTube is the only website that streams stuff that isn't blocked at your job.
Okay, right on. Good, very, very good selling point. I will adapt that.
I know. I've been places where Pandora's blocked, and
wow. Okay.
It's like what?
Interesting.
Anyway.
Well, we're gonna see if our new theme song gets picked up by the YouTube algorithm. We've been quietly uploading videos during the Christmas holiday, and we got flagged. In all cases we got flagged, but in most cases we got flagged twice.
Ooh.
And the first flag is for the theme that used to be the Kush Hayes show Microdose. You guys heard it as recently as like 4 days ago. Still a great song. When I spoke to I Am So Loco about it, and him and I were working it out, I was like, I really like this Nate Dogg song. Do that, but different. And this was the product he came with. And I went, that's absolutely that, but different. You know? And plus, it's just repeating my name over and over again, and I love it.
Right.
YouTube's algorithm flagged that song, which goes Kush Hayes Show, Kush Hayes Show, Kush Hayes Show,
Right.
Kush Hayes Show, Kush Hayes.
You should
They
show.
flagged that with another song that doesn't sound anything like it. It doesn't have the West Coast wine in it. Like it's 2 years. It came out in 2018. Not a bad song. I peeped it out thanks to the guys at that recording company and with the band that went, oh yeah, this song sounds nothing like our song. Why'd you do that, YouTube? And they released it. But that's a thing that happened.
God.
The Robyn Seto cameo party theme, can't be as innocent about that. So it felt very simple when I got 2 episodes cleared. I only tried to clear 1, but 2 of them went like, yeah, that's not a thing. Anyways, it feels tedious, and some of it sounds more dramatic than it is. But that's what's up. So the other day, there was a Microdose with Jameel Hemphill, and we made an announcement. We're doing a new podcast. It's going to be a mini series. What's the difference between that and Kush and Kai? Kai's not there. That's the only difference. Otherwise, it's we're talking movies. In this one case, we're talking a theme. Me and Jameel are going to be talking about boxing movies.
Boxing.
Yeah. So him and I are going to be doing that at least 6 times a year. There's going to be a big round table at the end of the year. Robyn, I want you to be a part of that.
All right.
If you don't want to, that's okay. But I think it would be way cooler if you were.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that off air.
All right.
So, but we're leading to that. There's another show I'm now teasing that I'm not announcing yet. It involves another guest of the Microdose from the last 4 months. That's as much as I'm going to say. We haven't done anything yet, but when that Microdose drops, you will know about it. And it's going to take. It's also going to be 6 weeks or 6 months. So it's going to be every other month. We got a plan in place. It's going to be a lot of fun, we hope. And that's what we're looking forward to in 2021.
All right. Yeah. Lots of things coming down the pipes is pretty exciting. Sounds like we're going to have lots of stuff to talk about. Lots of new adventures to have. Lots of movies I might not otherwise watch. But I think otherwise I would probably just never watch anything because I'm so lazy.
You're not a movie fan. It's weird to me, but it's okay. I'm trying to be open-minded here. You're living an alternative lifestyle, Robyn said.
I have the ability to enjoy movies. But I never really find myself seeking out like, I'm gonna go sit down and watch a movie, just any old thing. And what we'll end up having to be like, this doesn't look like something I want to spend an hour watching, and then ultimately spend 2 hours looking through movies and not deciding on anything.
No, see, I love movies. I love the movie going experience. I miss theaters, but I don't miss most of the theater experiences I had downtown in 2018 or even 2019. In 1 year, I saw 65 movies. And before the BosNet anything was a thing, like the year prior was like 14. It's a lot of fun to me, and it's a great experience. I think Wonder Woman would have been a lot of fun on the big screen had we gotten the opportunity to see it this week. We're in California, so everything's closed again.
Yes.
Supposedly everything's closed to the 4th, and then I heard like the 7th. Do you know anything about this?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I mean, as far as theaters, I have no idea. I know they closed the Regal by my house, which was a big deal for a lot of people from my neighborhood because that was kind of where a lot of the high schoolers got their first jobs. Was at the Regal.
I get that.
And a lot of them stayed there so long, they became managers.
Wow. Movie theaters aren't that bad these days. Like, I don't know. I imagine the job still fucking sucks, honestly. But there was a time where your uniform was a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Like you had to, whether you're just like shoveling popcorn or selling jujubes, pouring soda or tearing a ticket, like you were wearing a tuxedo. Like I remember those days. And now it's just a t-shirt promoting a movie, and maybe you get to wear some black jeans. Yeah, there's quite a shift in the theater management experience.
Yeah. I mean, I do really enjoy seeing movies with other people.
Okay.
But I think the thing is I'm just such a hermit. I don't usually do that. Not like hitting all your friends up, be like, yeah, let's go see a movie together, bro. It's usually like, hey, you want to see this awful movie with me? or like, let's check out Detective Pikachu. Like that was the last one I saw there. The only movie I've ever seen by myself was Joker.
Wow. What? First of all, what a movie to see by yourself for the first time. 2, wow. So I go see movies all the time by myself. That's just a thing the first movie I ever saw by myself was King Ralph. Do you know what that movie is?
No.
King Ralph was a Universal movie. It was a John Goodman comedy. It was like his first starring appearance because Roseanne was like white hot at the time.
Oh boy.
Like maybe within the first year, definitely within the second year. And so the plot is John Goodman is a Las Vegas lounge singer who just coincidentally happens to have royal blood. The Prince of England or the King of England, whoever, once upon a time went out to Las Vegas, had a one-night stand, knocked up this woman. She gave birth to John Goodman. He dies, the king or prince or whoever this royal line is, and there's no one else to take the throne but John Goodman. And hilarity ensues. Very fish out of water. That's the first movie I saw by myself. It's also the first time I ran away from home. 2 memories in one, folks.
You ran away to King Ralph.
I was just like, well, this will do 2 hours, and then I'm like, fuck, what do I do after this? I guess I gotta go home. Shit. Like, and I went home.
Hey, Disney did a version of it. It was called The Princess Diaries.
Okay. I know there's 2 of those movies. I didn't know that's what it was about.
No, it's not.
No? Oh.
Although,
Why you gotta tease me, Robyn Sato?
I mean, you never know with these kinds of movies. It's like I didn't know that Meet the Parents was based on like an Emo Phillips movie.
Yeah, that's right. You broke that to all of us. Forgot about that. You even found it.
Yeah, like one of the friends from the Red Letter Media group was like, "Dude, you like Emo Phillips, right? Check out this weird movie I think he produced or directed it, and he's got a really small part in the movie, and it's weird, it's uncomfortable, it's kind of funny. I don't know. It's like writing that line of, do I want to turn this off at certain points?
Who's the dad in Back to the Future?
Crispin Glover? Crispin
Glover. I don't understand Emo Phillips fans the way I don't understand Crispin Glover fans. Like he neither of them should have the popularity they do have. And by the way, they're not very popular still, but you still hear about them.
They're still around.
The same was like Sid Haig, like R.I.P. Sid Haig. Not to speak ill of the dead, but you are wildly overrated for who you are. Controversy.
I think I'd have nostalgic love for Emo Phillips because I really liked UHF as a kid.
I also like UHF as a kid.
Even though his scene was probably the most traumatizing scene in the entire movie because it's the most.
But that's a scene. There, you also in that same scene cut to the black cameraman, but you don't know his name.
Yeah,
and he's been in a bunch of other stuff. Like I know that dude's face.
Is that
I don't know his name
Johnson?
either.
No, I don't know.
That's not Reginald Vell Johnson. No, that is not Carl from Family Matters, man. Okay, what? But that's my point. Is like Emo
Yeah.
Phillips should have just been that quirky ass character in the Weird Al Yankovic movie, and that's it. Like, but people know him for shit outside of that. Like, he's got comedy specials on HBO, and it's a very, 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 very niche audience.
Mm-hmm.
But he shouldn't even have that much. I honestly feel, and like, then there's a whole like I believe he like does his whole gimmick in French too.
Oh, that's bizarre.
I could be dead ass wrong about that. I could
French.
absolutely be mixing it up with Eddie Izzard, and
Oh,
that
well,
would
he
be
definitely performs in various
yeah.
languages. In French.
It would be a slap in the face to Eddie Izzard. No disrespect to Eddie Izzard.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We know you listen, Eddie.
We know you're listening, Eddie. While you're doing your hair and your nails, getting your nails done.
Hi, Eddie.
You know what? This is a good spot to stop. 2020 was an awful year, but you were the best part of it, Robyn Seto. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for joining the family. Happy New Year to everybody. Robyn Seto, what do you do around here?
Around here, we do a little thing called Polite Beer Expressions. Every week on Wednesdays, a new craft beer written review goes up on the BosNet. We've been doing all holiday themed beers for this last month of the year. And we have a very special beer for our last review that went up on Wednesday this week. So check those out. We'll be continuing those into the new year. Hooray.
Hooray. All right. As of yesterday, we dropped Kush and Kai number 52, The Queen's Gambit. It's one of our best episodes ever. I'm not just saying that because it's brand new. Like, we have a great time. Spoiler alert. Episode 53 is going to be better. We're talking, and that one is going to come out maybe March. I don't have a date for it yet, but we talked about David Bowie's "The Man Who Fell to Earth." The Man Who Fell to Earth.
I love that movie.
It's not a good movie. It's not a bad movie. It's a very interesting discussion, though.
It's very
that one might even be better than our discussion on The Queen's Gambit. I recommend you guys check both of them out.
I look forward to that.
We're doing a new show. Jamil Hemphill and I, Hall of Famer, the Hoff. We're doing a new show called Sweet Science Cinema. We're going to drop an episode on Wednesday, January 27th. We're talking about Creed, aka Rocky Part 7. That's we had a great time talking about it. We did it just the other day. I drank a little bit too much, so I apologize for any slurring, but I edited the shit, so it should sound better than it will be. And then
You just overdub yourself.
I could do that. This is why you're on the payroll, Robyn Seto. Like, you're bringing the great suggestions.
Hey.
Next week on the Microdose, we're having Amanda Thomas on the show. She's from the Adventures in Heels podcast. The Adventures in Heels podcast has season 2 coming out January 11th, 2021 on the BosNet Family. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to actually review a champagne together. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be different. We're going to expose her to the Robyn Seto cameo party. There may or may not be a theme song. Other than that, I've been Kush Hayes.
I've been Robyn.
You have been you. Happy New Year.
This has been 2020.
Now 2021.
Microdose, 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 yeah, microdose.
The BosNet Family.
This was the worst year ever.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to Kush and Kai.
And you're like, oh no, bitch, don't do it.
Kush,
I'm coming for you.
the Queen's Gambit.
I wish I had jumped on the train when it had left the station.
I thought it was going to lead to the story about him being gay.
That's
But,
stupid.
yeah.
Syphilis and or hepatitis do not kill you within a week.
He's fucking shit up, fucking some mousy redheaded bitches.
But
Wait,
before,
I'm about to ask about that.
but before we go into that,
The Queen's G, all spoilers. Like,
I want a story
what
where
the
he was
fuck
actually
that?
stabbed by another chess player during a game.
Why does he have the knife?
This motherfucker is racking up thousands of dollars. Okay.
The Queen's Gambit,
Sometimes I get it mixed up with the brother from another planet.
all spoilers.
So if you want to feel like a pipe smoking, leather elbowed intellectual,
Kush and Kai.
New Year's Eve
There it is!
from the BosNet family.
Returning January 2021 from the BosNet family.
Season 2.
Season 2, here we go.
Adventures in Heels, hosted by Amanda Thomas.
To all my homies over in France. Bonjour.
Created for savvy women who want to have it all while running their own business at the same time.
You want to have an effervescent life.
Celebrate your resilience, explore your vision, level up.
I'm ready to make this commitment to myself.
And all of this, of course, blended with plenty of travel and champagne.
Pretty cool.
Yes. I love the taste. I love the story of it. I also love the price point.
It's all waiting for you.
That's why
Right.
you're listening to this podcast.
Adventures in Heels, available on all podcast platforms. Exclusively from the BosNet family.
I think it's
Wow.
going to be a really exciting season for this podcast.
Returning January 2021.